There's something quietly fascinating about people who love cats. At first glance, it might seem simple. They just prefer a different kind of pet. But if you look a little deeper, their personality, behavior, and even the way they see the world often reflect something much more complex. Cat lovers tend to appreciate independence, both in themselves and in others. Unlike dogs, cats don't constantly seek approval. They don't obey commands just to please you. They choose when to come to you, when to sit beside you, and when to walk away. People who love cats are usually comfortable with this kind of emotional space. They don't feel the need to control everything around them, and they don't expect constant attention in return for affection. In a way, they understand that love doesn't always have to be loud or obvious. This often connects to a deeper psychological trait, introversion. Many cat lovers are naturally more introspective. They enjoy quiet environments, meaningful conversations, and time alone to recharge. It's not that they dislike people, it's just that they value depth over noise. A cat's calm presence fits perfectly into that lifestyle. There's no pressure, no overwhelming energy, just a quiet companionship that feels natural. Another interesting trait is emotional sensitivity. Cat lovers often pick up on subtle cues that others might miss. A slight change in tone, a small shift in body language. These things don't go unnoticed. Living with a cat actually strengthens this ability. Cats communicate in very quiet ways. A slow blink, a flick of the tail, a gentle nudge. To truly bond with a cat, you have to become more observant and emotionally aware. Over time, this can make cat lovers more empathetic and intuitive in their human relationships too. There's also a strong connection between cat lovers and creativity. Studies have shown that people who prefer cats tend to score higher on openness to experience, a personality trait linked with imagination, curiosity, and creative thinking. Cat lovers are often drawn to art, writing, music, or unconventional ideas. They don't always follow the crowd, and they're comfortable thinking differently. Cats themselves are unpredictable and unique, and that unpredictability often resonates with people who see the world in a more imaginative way. At the same time, cat lovers are surprisingly independent thinkers. They don't always need validation from others to feel secure in their choices. Loving a cat, in a world that often celebrates more social and energetic pets, can itself reflect a willingness to go against the norm. They're okay with liking what they like, even if it's not the most popular choice. This independence often shows up in other areas of life, too. Career paths, hobbies, or personal beliefs. But independence doesn't mean emotional distance. In fact, many cat lovers form incredibly deep bonds with their pets. The difference is in how that bond develops. With cats, affection is earned, not given freely. When a cat chooses you, when it curls up beside you or follows you around, it feels meaningful. Cat lovers often value this kind of earned trust in all their relationships. They don't rush connections, but when they do connect, it's genuine and lasting. Another psychological layer is comfort with complexity. Cats can be contradictory, affectionate one moment, distant the next. Instead of finding this frustrating, cat lovers tend to accept it. They understand that not everything has to be consistent or predictable to be meaningful. This mindset can make them more adaptable in real life. They're less likely to panic when things don't go as planned and more likely to embrace uncertainty as part of the experience. Interestingly, cat lovers also tend to have a strong sense of personal space. They respect boundaries, both their own and others. Just like cats don't like being forced into situations, cat lovers usually dislike emotional pressure or overly demanding relationships. They prefer connections where both sides have room to breathe. This doesn't mean they're distant, it means they value balance. There's also a calming effect that cats have on their owners. The simple act of petting a cat can lower stress levels and create a sense of peace. Over time, cat lovers may become more relaxed and emotionally grounded because of this daily interaction. It's a quiet kind of therapy. No words, no expectations, just presence. This might be one reason why many cat lovers appear more composed, even in stressful situations. And then there's the humor. Cat lovers often develop a unique sense of humor, shaped by the unpredictable and sometimes absurd behavior of cats. From sudden zoomies at 3 a.m. to dramatic reactions over nothing, cats bring a kind of chaos that's hard not to laugh at. This creates a lightness in cat lovers. They learn not to take everything too seriously and to find joy in small, unexpected moments. At a deeper level, loving cats can also reflect a comfort with solitude. Not loneliness, but solitude. Cat lovers often enjoy being alone without feeling empty. They can sit in silence, read a book, or simply think without needing constant stimulation. A cat becomes a perfect companion in these moments, present but not demanding. This balance allows cat lovers to build a strong relationship with themselves, which is something many people struggle with. However, it's important to understand that none of these traits exist in isolation. Not every cat lover fits perfectly into this pattern, but these tendencies appear often enough to reveal something interesting. Loving cats is less about the animal itself and more about the kind of emotional world a person feels comfortable in. It's a world that values quiet over noise, depth over surface, and connection without control. A world where love is not measured by how loud it is, but by how real it feels. So the next time you meet someone who loves cats, you might be looking at someone who is more observant than they seem, more independent than they show, and more emotionally aware than they let on. Someone who doesn't just accept the complexity of a cat, but understands it, relates to it, and maybe even sees a reflection of themselves in it. And that might be the most interesting part of all.